here with my friend Ariel.
Hi.
She is an esthetician here in San Diego, and she's going to show us how to shape and fill in your brows at home. And so here we go.
All right, so the start to shaping and filling in your brows correctly begins with the right shape for your brows. And that all depends on your bone structure. So I'm going to show you real quick how to find out where your brows should start, end, and where they should arch. Okay, so the way to figure out where your brows should begin is you want to take your pencil or your brush and you want to line it up at the inner corner of your nostril. So that's where your nostril meets the tip of your nose. You want to hold it up straight, and you're going to move it straight up to your brow, and that's where your brow should begin. And you want to do it on both sides. A lot of people tell you to take your pencil or your brush and start from the outer corner of the nostril and kind of slant it a little or go straight up. But the issue with that is there are some ethnicities where the nostrils are larger. So that means the brow's going to be starting out further, and that'll make them look too far apart, and that'll throw off the balance of your face. So I always go with the inner corner of the nostril and straight up. Easy to do. And then the way to find out where they should end is you want to go from the outer corner of your nostril to the outer corner of your eye and get it in there really snug, and that's where your brow should end. And to find your arch, it can be a little tricky, but it's not that hard once you get good at it. You want to go from the tip of your nostril and you go right across the middle of your iris, and that is where you want your brow to arch. So with your brow or your pencil, with your brow brush or your pencil, you want to make little tiny dots where all those markings are, and that'll help you see this is the shape of my brow. Okay guys, now that your brows have been shaped by your esthetician or you've shaped them yourself at home, it's time to fill in the brows. And there's one thing to remember: even if you have really full brows, filling them in with powder or pencil just helps them to look more defined and more perfect.
We've gone ahead and filled in one eyebrow so you can see the filled in and the non-filled in, and then we'll show you how to fill in your own.
Alright, so you guys can see already how having one brow filled in makes a difference already in Julia's face. So I'm going to show you how to fill in the other side. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so before you start filling in your brows, you want to make sure you pick the correct color. Since Julia is fair skin and blonde, she's going to want to go with a color that is up to 2 shades darker than her own hair color. So she's going to go for more of an ash tone. If we pick something that's too dark, like a red-brown, it won't work with the color of her hair and her skin tone. So we're going to go with an ashy color. If you're a brunette, you want to make sure that you either go with a color that is just as dark as your hair or a couple shades lighter, because you don't want them too dark, because then that's all people are going to notice on your face. Okay, so one of the coolest tools that I found, in my career, is like a clear pomade wax that you can put on your brows to help powder stick better. And you don't need a lot. So what you want to do is you want to take the brush, or if it comes like in a little pot, you want to take the pencil and just run it a couple times across the entire brow like this. And you don't need a lot. And then what you want to do is, if you have one of these brushes, these are really cool. It's a dual-ended brush. So this end here helps apply the powder, and this end here helps blend. This is your best friend. It's called a spoolie. And if you're going to be doing your brows, you want to make sure that you have a tool like this, because it helps soften the brow and it doesn't look harsh, therefore giving you a softer look. So you want to take the spoolie and you just want to blend that wax through. That way you're not going to have a bunch of powder stuck in one area more than another. Then, once you have your color picked, you want to put this end of your brush into the powder, and you want to start at the very front of your brow. So what I like to do is I go down to the bottom corner here, and I just make a little line throughout the whole brow like this. And then the first thing I do is I flip that brush around and blend the powder through with the spoolie. So now half your work is already done. You've taken a line of powder and blended it through your entire brow, and now you don't have as much work to do. You go back in again when you need more, and you just follow the shape of the brow that you just made. And you don't have to be really hard with your pressure or anything. You just want to make sure that you're blending the color through. Okay, now, a lot of people in the front of their brow, they get sparse. So that means they have more area where it's just skin rather than hair. So that's when you want to take the angled edge of your brush, dip it in the powder, and you almost go in and just push in little hair-like marks like this, okay? That ensures that you fill in the entire brow, and then you flip that spoolie back again and you blend that up. To avoid having any harsh lines, just constantly go through the brow and blend it out with the spoolie, okay? So in the front, you can even turn it this way and go like that, and that'll help blend it out. And just keep going through the whole brow. And you don't have to use a lot of pressure. If you do that, you're going to wind up brushing too much color out of the brow. Just remember to constantly blend. I can't say that enough. Just blend, blend, blend. What happens is, if you have a brow that's too harsh, your whole entire look is harsh, almost like aggressive. But if your brows are softer, it's the same effect. You have a softer, kinder look. But if you just prefer using pencil, that's fine too. You can also use pencil as a way to detail your brow after you've already filled in with powder. So I'm going to do that with Julia right now. So we've got our pencil. It's the same color as the powder that we've used. We're just going to go in and you literally make hair-like tick marks. You literally kind of flick the pencil like this throughout your brow. So you just go in and you can follow the shape that you've made. And the same thing, this particular pencil happens to have a spoolie on the end of it. And you just brush through. The one thing that you want to remember is you don't want to use your pencils like a crayon. You're not filling in between the lines. What you want to do is do those little hair-like tick marks and then use the spoolie to blend everything and fill it all in. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is to set your brows, and you can use a little bit of brow gel and just run it through real quick and your brows are set for the whole day. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is fullness of the brow. Most estheticians that shape brows tend to go a little fuller. When the brows are fuller, they help balance out the face better, and they also bring more of a youthful appearance. And I know not everyone is blessed with really full brows, but you want to make sure that you're not over tweezing. So if you do see an esthetician or you are seeing someone that shapes your brows, make sure that you're not taking out any hairs in between your appointments that could potentially mess up the shape of your brow. And if you're not sure, fuller is always better. So just make sure you're not over tweezing and you're letting your brows grow in. And also remember that if you are in the middle of growing in your brows, be patient because it can take a few months to get your brows right where you want them. Okay.
I know when I first started seeing Ariel, I was over tweezing, and she's the one who taught me how to fill it in a little bit more through my arch, so it just kind of brightened my eyes a bit more, and I wasn't having this thin, teeny tiny line over my eyes. So fullness is the key.
And you guys can see, like, without even a close-up, how much more open Julia's face is and how balanced her face looks. And there's more of a symmetry to it. And our brains are literally like pre-wired to see symmetry as beauty. So that's why filling in your brows can really make a difference.
Thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys learned a little bit. If you have any questions, let us know, and we can do other tutorials if you're interested. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.